it comes out. That's really strange. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Roger Paul. And tonight we're going to continue our study on paper 125. And we're in section 6, paragraph 1. And that's on page 1383 of the original book. So if you have the original book, you can look it up that way. If not, you can go to paper 125, section 6, paragraph 1. All right, I think we're ready for it. So you want to take the first paragraph?
Okay. 6, the fourth day in the temple. Jesus was strangely unmindful of his earthly parents, even at breakfast when Lazarus' mother remarked that his parents must be about home by that time. Jesus did not seem to comprehend that they would be somewhat worried about his having lingered behind.
You're on mute.
Thank you. That's because he was tied up with what was going on, right? He was excited about being there and being at the temple and everything else. So he wasn't too worried about his parents because he knew they would get home by themselves, right?
Well, not only that, that's when he actually religiously became an adult and he was exercising his newfound
his
faith.
Adult rights. That's right.
He was an adolescent teenager.
That's right. Gary, I don't see your picture anymore. Did we lose you?
No, I'm there. I'm just eating chips and I didn't want anybody to see.
Oh, okay. You want to take this next paragraph for me?
Yeah. Again, he journeyed to the temple, but he did not pause to meditate at the brow of Olivet. Is that right? Olivet. In the course of the morning's discussion, much time was devoted to the law and the prophets. And the teachers were astonished that Jesus was so familiar with the scriptures, in Hebrew as well as Greek. But they were amazed not so much by his knowledge of truth as by his youth.
Okay, so he was showing them all up, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Any way you look at it. So, okay, now my picture's not. Okay, there it is. Whew, it's going to be a weird night, isn't it? Pam, would you take the next one?
Sure. At the afternoon conference, they had hardly begun to answer his question relating to the purpose of prayer when the leader invited the lad to come forward and, sitting beside him, bade him state his own views regarding prayer and worship.
Okay, so this really started it out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you that guy said, "What did I do?"
Yeah, I bet he did too.
I think he must have known.
He must have known for sure, yeah. That evening before, Jesus' parents had heard about the strange youth who so deftly sparred with the expounders of the law, but it had not occurred to them that this lad was their son. How could they not?
I know.
You know, they had about decided to journey out to the home of Zacharias, as they thought Jesus might have gone thither to see Elizabeth and John, thinking Zacharias might perhaps be at the temple. They stopped there on their way to the city of Judah. As they strolled through the courts of the temple, imagine their surprise and amazement when they recognized the voice of the missing lad and beheld him seating among the temple teachers. So they finally found him, right? And
yeah.
Picture of him sitting among the teachers. All right. Diane.
Joseph was speechless, but Mary gave vent to her long pent-up fear and anxiety when rushing up to the lad, now standing to greet his astonished parents. She said, "My child, why have you treated us like this? It is now more than 3 days that your father and I have searched for your sorrowing. Whatever possessed you to desert us?" It was a tense moment. All eyes were turned on Jesus to hear what he would say. His father looked reprovingly at him, but said nothing.
You're on mute.
I said he was probably a little bit upset with him, when you think. All right.
I'd have killed him.
Yeah, Gary, would you take the next one?
It should be remembered that Jesus was supposed to be a young man. He had finished the regular schooling of a child, had been recognized as a son of the law, and had received consecration as a citizen of Israel. And yet his mother more than mildly unbridled him before
Braided him, upbraided
upbraided,
him.
upbraided
Right.
um, him before all the people assembled, right in the midst of the most serious and sublime effort of this young life, of his young life, thus bringing to an inglorious termination of one of the greatest opportunities ever to be granted him to function as a teacher of truth, a preacher of righteousness, a revealer of the loving character of his Father in heaven.
All
She
right.
just messed him up, man.
Yeah, they really embarrassed him, didn't they? All right. Pam, would you take the next one?
Yeah.
You still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But the lad was equal to the occasion. When you take into fair consideration all the factors which combine to make up this situation, you will be better prepared to fathom the wisdom of the boy's reply to his mother's unintended rebuke. After a moment's thought, Jesus answered his mother, saying, "Why is it that you have so long sought me? Would you not expect to find me in my father's house, since the time has come when I should be about my father's business?"
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
doing his father's work. So what's the big deal? Right? Everyone was astonished at the lad's manner of speaking. Silently, they all withdrew and left him standing alone with his parents. Presently, the young man relieved the embarrassment of all three when he quietly said, "Come, my parents, none has done aught but that which he thought best. Our Father in heaven has ordained these things. Let us depart for home." So he said, "This is what was supposed to happen." Right?
Yeah. Mhm.
All right.
In silence, they started out, arriving at Jericho for the night. Only once did they pause, and that on the brow of Olivet, when the lad raised his staff aloft, and quivering from head to foot under the surging of intense emotion, said, "O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, and the people thereof, what slaves you are, subservient to the Roman yoke, and victims of your own traditions. But I will return to cleanse yonder temple and deliver my people from this bondage."
You
You're
know,
on mute.
he was
So
trembling.
he already had a plan to cleanse the temple, didn't he?
Yeah.
I wonder if that was a message from his father,
Probably so.
and
Yeah,
he, at a young age, says, this is what you got to do,
yeah,
13, 12, 13 years old. And, that would scare the crud out of me.
yeah,
I could be trembling there too. You crazy or something?
yeah.
Okay.
All right, take the next one, Gary.
On the
Grace,
third
that
day's
you
journey to Nazareth.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
On the third day's journey to Nazareth, Jesus said little, neither did his parents say much in his presence. They were truly at a loss to understand the conduct of their firstborn son, but they did treasure in their hearts his sayings, even though they could not fully comprehend their meaning.
So they were confused too, weren't they, about the whole
Mhm.
situation? Pam, would you take the next one?
Mhm. Upon reaching home, Jesus made a brief statement to his parents, assuring them of his affection and implying that they need not fear he would again give any occasion for their suffering, anxiety, because of his conduct. He concluded this momentous statement by saying, "While I must do the will of my Father in heaven, I will also be obedient to my Father on earth. I will await my hour."
Okay, so he made his decision. He was going to wait till his hour came, right? Though Jesus is in his mind, when many times refused to consent to the well-intentioned but guided efforts of his parents to dictate the course of his thinking or to establish the plan of his work on earth, still in every manner consistent with his dedication to the doing of his Father's will, he did most gracefully conform to the desires of his earthly father and the usages of the family in the flesh. Even when he could not consent, he would do everything possible to conform. He was an artist in the mastery of adjusting his dedication to duty to his obligations of family loyalty and social service. I wish I could be that dedicated. I have decided to quit teaching 3 times today already. Had a rough day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain everything sometimes. And you
I'm
see
sure.
what Jesus did here. You know, he's teaching me a lesson tonight. Okay.
Joseph was puzzled, but Mary, as she reflected on these experiences, gained comfort, eventually viewing his utterances on Olivet as prophetic of the messianic mission of her son, as Israel's deliverer. She set to work with renewed energy to mold his thoughts into patriotic and nationalistic channels and enlisted the efforts of her brother Jesus, favorites, Jesus's favorite uncle, and in every other way did the mother of Jesus address herself to the task of preparing her firstborn son to assume the leadership of those who would restore the throne of David and forever cast off the Gentile yoke of political bondage.
We all go through these struggles in life, don't we?
do. Mhm.
Oh, is that the end of it? Well, we went right through that, didn't we?
I've got a blue on blue.
Yeah, that's because the screen it shows the link in blue. Let me go down here. Let me show you what the next link is here. This should have been a different color. That's because when I compiled this was 4 years ago.
Hmm.
Okay.
Should we continue?
There's nothing else to continue with.
That's it. Is that the
That's
end of our
it.
meeting?
That's the end. Yeah, that's it.
Hey.
All right, let me share a different screen and we'll do our Did we do this in 15 minutes? Did
Yeah.
I skip over something?
Why don't we go on to the next chapter?
Well, because it's divided. The videos are divided it up according to. Let me check something here. Yep, that was it. Okay, let's go ahead and do the prayer of acceptance. Yeah, it's divided up into different videos, and if let me think here for a second. Pam, maybe we should go the other, and we could shut down and start a whole
Yeah.
new video, which would be fine too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me do this. Let's do the prayer of acceptance, and we'll shut this one off. All right, Pam, would you read the prayer of acceptance?
Sure. I believe that God is my paradise Father, and that only by faith am I saved. No sacrifice is necessary. By the same faith, I become a child of God and know that all men and women are my brothers and sisters. We know the Son of God, the sovereign of our universe of Nebadon, as Christ Michael Jesus of Nazareth. By allowing the will of God to become my will, I will someday stand in the presence of my paradise Father. In the name of Christ Michael, Jesus of Nazareth. Amen.
Amen. And thanks everyone for joining us. Pam, I don't think I'm going to go on to the next one.
Okay.
since I've got my two of my functions are not working here. I'm not getting the video transcript that I normally get
Uh-huh.
on either of the AI machines. So I'm not sure
Mhm.
what's going on. I'm gonna have to work on it and fix whatever it is the problem. So let's just plan on doing it on Thursday.
Okay.
And let me put out a call of action to everyone. We
Mhm.
need some more readers on the book. So if you're out there and you'd like to join us and read with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays, please send me an email at rogerpaul, ROGERPAULDC @yahoo.com, and I will put you on our meeting notice list, and you can join us live because we need some more readers so that I don't have to read and try to keep track of everything too.
Hmm.
For sure. Um, and I am doing lots and lots of other things. I hope everyone's been seeing the videos I've been posting out there. I posted 200 videos this week already on YouTube.
Wow.
Um, 3 of them are long inspirational things that I've put together. Two of them's 123 minutes. That's a widescreen and a narrow screen for mobile. And then I've done 127 shorts, which are a minute long. So you can just put it on shorts and it'll play one of the shorts after another. But the longer inspirational ones are the shorts all put together, and it's a nice presentation. So it was a lot of work. So trying to get the word out there and get more people. Also, I want to let everybody know that I have changed the header on YouTube, and it reads teaching the Urantia book as taught by Dr. Roger Paul instead of fifth epical revelation, because we're not getting hardly any people subscribing to our YouTube channel because I think they can't find it. So that's why I changed the header on the YouTube channel. Hopefully we'll get some more people watching that. The whole goal of this is to get people to read the Urantia book, and if they can't find us, it doesn't do any good. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say tonight. So if you want to read with us and you want to join us, please send me an email and I'll add you to the mailing list. I check that email every day, 2 or 3 times a day, and we'd love to have you. We have had people join us though that we've had problems with asking for money, and if you're going to do that, don't join us, please, because we can't do that. All right. I guess it was nice. I caught the last 6 or so minutes and light popped up and I tapped here. I am. Okay, so come and join us, Mark. We'd love to have you. Okay,